So this review is late. I'll be honest with you right now. It is about 2 or 3 weeks late, but I have seen A Quiet Place Day One. I'm here to tell you exactly how good or bad this film is. Cat Station, welcome back to your brand new review on the channel. Today we're talking about Quiet Place Day One. Now, full disclosure, I've said it once, I'll say it again. I have not watched to this day the first two movies featuring John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. I've only seen A Quiet Place Day One. Now, I'm gonna get right into it. Number one, Lupita Nyong'o, Samira, excellent performance. Okay, from the very beginning to the end, I enjoyed her journey. I loved how basically see how she has cancer, unfortunately, and she basically sees this invasion taking place. And so before she's able to have her last straw, if you will, she has a specific request she wants to complete. Now, it's been a couple of weeks since this film has been out. I feel like I'm able to talk about small spoilers, if you will. Not major, but small spoilers. So all I'll say is this. The request that she wants to make in this film, which again, it's nothing too crazy, but she wants to basically eat from a pizzeria before she dies. Okay? Now, I appreciate the fact that we got to see the world as it was before the alien invasion took place. I liked how we got to meet Alex Wolff's character, who is a caretaker for these elderly people, these people who are basically sick, unfortunately, and how he tries to get people back to the hospital, if you will, or the place they came from, but is not able to because of what happens. I also loved Jai Mansu's character a lot, of how essentially she's out in the streets as the invasion is taking place. She gets knocked out for a second, and when she wakes up, Jaimin Hansoon covers, it's in the trailer, by the way, it's in the trailer, covers her mouth up and tells her to be quiet. She sees people she's familiar with. Alex Wolff's character is able to come to her and give her a hug. I felt that so much. Like, I'm so happy you're alive. I'm so happy you're safe and happy you're doing well. I can only express it to you by hugging you, you know? And you're basically throughout half the film, I wish God we got a scene featuring how people learn to be quiet with the aliens around. It's not happen. It doesn't happen in this film. It's just quietness all the time because they're trying to not get caught by the aliens. Okay. Now, to me, I enjoyed this film a lot. I did. I feel like it was decent at building tension. I didn't really get too scared by most of the scenes of jump scares, unfortunately. And this is not one of the best horror films in my opinion. It just isn't. I feel like if I didn't know about Quiet Place 1 and 2, it'd have been a lot better for me because I know about those films. I will say that there's certain things about this film that bothered me a lot versus the other films where this is Quiet Place Day One. We don't understand how the humans learn to be quiet when aliens are around. A military point of view of them trying to deal with these aliens coming into the world and stuff. And I also wish we got more information about the aliens themselves because to my knowledge, they're never been given a name. They're never been given any type of backstory. They just show up, they're sound made, and they're just there to scare people and kill people when they need to, of course. This film, honest to God, does a great job of cinematography. I enjoyed the time we got with both Erica and Samara, personally speaking. Again, it's been a couple weeks since I've seen the film, so I'm just telling you how I feel about it right now. And to be honest, you see a couple times where they're basically going to a sewer, if you will, and they're in the water. I believe that there's an alien trying to get a hold of him or something because he starts to basically cry or basically show emotional distress, if you will. And she's trying to calm him down the best that she can, and he does make it out alive, thankfully speaking. But I thought the scene with them shouting when there was a rain scene happening, it was very powerful because they're both overwhelmed mentally and physically by the world basically ending, by these aliens taking over New York City, if you will. And to me, it was a powerful scene to where they finally scream and shout when there was lightning involved. Very powerful scene. It shows we basically had now taught ourselves we cannot express how we feel in regular daytime now. We have to do it when there's lightning around, so that we could finally express how upset now we are at the world for it ending, you know? I also want to say too, I don't care for cats much, but I'm happy that the cat did survive at the end of the film. Also, I want to talk about Eric's character by Joseph Quinn. Now, Joseph Quinn, he has a great performance in this film. He does. He truly does. Where essentially he comes to this film, he's lost, and he needs guidance, he needs help, and he decides to tag along with Samira, again played by Lupita Nyong'o, and essentially he helps her get the pizza she wants. They have a very, very sweet scene together in this pizzeria, or I think this bar or pizzeria. I can't decide which one it was. Where essentially they get on stage and without making a single sound, I forget what they do exactly, but they do a specific thing where he basically gives her fake claps, you know, to cheer her up, and they have a drink or two together. And again, nothing romantic going on, just two friends sharing a last drink together before she does pass away. And the final shot of this film is basically of Samira gives Eric enough time to run to the boat that's leaving New York, so that way he's able to get on it and she's able to finally die the way she wants to. Her playing some music on an iPod, if you will. All the aliens come to her, and that last shot, all the aliens appear behind her as she smiles, listening to her favorite song, and the film ends there. Okay, I thought that was very, very powerful ending to me. I didn't cry, but I felt that. You know what I'm saying? The film overall is great. It really, really is. I'm happy for success. I really am. When I watch a sequel to this film, I wouldn't. I wouldn't personally. You've done so many Quiet Place movies so far. Unless you're going to give us more information about the history behind the aliens and how they came to Earth and why they came to Earth, don't bother, to be honest with you. It's a film that teaches us as humans how important and valuable something like a sound is to us. Like, can you imagine a world where we go to work every day, we have cars that don't make any sound, you walk into work, you can't talk to people, you have to just use sign language or pass notes to communicate? How weird that would be, right? All the characters work great for me. Story was excellent as well. It's one of my favorite movies of the year, but it's certainly good fun to watch. You know, A Quiet Place Day One, I wouldn't recommend you see in theaters. I just wouldn't, because to me, unless you have a theater audience that's not making a single sound at the moment, it's going to bother you when certain scenes are taking place, where like basically a character is in a tense sequence when someone decides to take a bite of the popcorn or drink or slurp out of the drink, you know, it's gonna bother you a little bit. I would recommend you watch this from the comfort of your home, if you will. But again, A Quiet Place Day One is a 8 out of 10. Not a top star, but it's a pretty good film to watch if you get a chance. But as always, Cast Nation, that is my review of A Quiet Place Day One. Again, all around solid, great film, but to me, definitely has its problems. As always, do me a favor, let me know in the comments below how you felt about Quiet Place Day One. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Why or why not? Thank you for watching. Peace out, guys. Stay friendly. Have one, y'all.